Okay, as we all know, the invention of a cell phone has been both a terrible and a good thing. And I guess we owe it to the cell phones for bringing to light some crazy stuff that goes on around the world. One of them things, much like UFOs, is a crazy phenomenon called the Karens. And I believe at this point everybody should know what a Karen is. For those who don't, they're basically entitled douchebags that go around making other people's lives miserable, especially the low-skilled, low-paid labour. This includes but not limited to fast food workers, retail workers, and the list goes on, but basically these Karens are douchebags and they go about ruining other people's lives because they didn't get what they wanted. Because in their self-involved, self-entitled world, it makes them feel better. It makes them feel like they've corrected some mad injustice that's going on in the world. It makes them feel important for a moment. Because deep down, I imagine they've come to the realization that their lives are meaningless. Probably more so than the workers they abuse. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the first one.
Like you guys been challenging people on these subjects. Okay, so we are at FTVA, the Freedom to Breathe Agency. We are with the people.
Alright, so this specimen of glory, this example of God's finest creation, of a highly evolved man. It's just a pity that Tattoo doesn't give her the sight to see how stupid and pathetic she's being. Claiming she's from some organisation called the FTBA. Apparently FTBA stands for, can you guess? Freedom to Breathe Association. I mean, sounds totally legit. I mean, it totally doesn't sound like something that a bunch of Karens came up with on a Facebook group. And I just want to say that's a nice laminated badge she's got there. Totally doesn't look fake at all, along with her professional looking clipboard. Out here serving workers. I mean, I bet that's a court-issued document right there, and not some nonsense that's been drawn up by the Facebook group.
Organization, making sure that people's constitutional rights, civil and federal laws are not broken.
Ah, well, gee, thank you for caring so much. She's totally one for the people.
Okay, and so you personally need to take this to your manager, because you personally can be sued.
Ah, well, so kind of you to let the poor worker know. I mean, she would totally get sued for store policy. But no, in all seriousness, I don't know what she's expecting this poor worker to do. I mean, if she had any sort of legitimate case, she would go straight to the manager. Or better yet, a lawyer. I mean, she totally seems like the sort of person that would sue the shit out of someone. Also, she's clearly so brave attacking the workers. I mean, she could easily just go straight to the manager. But something tells me she's not brave enough for that.
For this, okay?
I'm just following the store policy
I'm
right
telling
now.
you, you are probably paid $15 an hour or $12 an hour, okay? But you are putting yourself into a major legal liability. You personally, okay?
They need to get the fuck out of here.
Alright, okay, you guys need to be careful. Yeah.
I mean, I just love how she accuses the worker of being liable for this, as somehow she's the one who's in charge. I mean, why doesn't this lady go to the Home Office or the manager or anyone else? You know, anyone who actually has any power. I also hate that ingratiating "yeah" at the end, and the way she says you guys need to be careful, with this threatening undertone. So I think with this Karen, I can at least say the worker didn't seem too bothered and she actually took it quite light-hearted, which I think deserves its due credit. I mean, outside of telling her to get out of the store, I don't see how else she could have handled that. So I think we'll give this Karen an 8 out of 10 for effort. I mean, she really came prepared with that clipboard and badge. Now, before we get started with the next one, I should give you guys a warning. If there's any objects nearby, sharp or blunt, you may want to put them in a safe or a lock, out of reach like medicine in a safe cabinet. Anyways, that's for your own safety. Let's get started with the video.
Fucking jail for robbery and stealing stuff. So she needs to get the fuck out of here before I get her put in jail for the rest of her life.
Sir, you are on camera right now?
Now you understand why I warned you about having any harmful objects nearby. To quickly fill you guys in, apparently this was over a missing nugget. Yep, you heard me right, a missing nugget. The tragedy, the injustice. Surely this will be spoken about in history. Now, in all honesty, I don't know if a chicken nugget is the reason this guy's so angry, and if it isn't something else going on in his life. But this does not excuse the guy's behaviour. As we could clearly see in the video, he's angry from the get-go, and he's threatening one of the co-workers with jail time, because it's such a crime to miss a nugget. I also love his little power pose he has going on with his arms flailed out, like he's ready to go to war in the Highlands, beating his chest and chanting the haka. Now, in all honesty, this guy is pathetic. As pathetic as that slap he gave. And so brave, he ran out of the door. Luckily, I don't think that slap did much damage. I think it was more the unsuspecting nature and the fact that the guy's glasses fell off. The poor worker seemed to be trying to grab his glasses as they fell off. But honestly, what is there to say about someone like this? He feels like they can abuse workers for something so arbitrary as a missing nugget. I mean, God forbid this guy gets a wrong order. Or not enough chips in his Happy Meal. I mean, he'd probably come into McDonald's guns blazing. What I do love is at the start of this whole corona pandemic, everyone was praising the workers as essential and amazing, and due respect was given for the fact that they were working during a crisis. But that all seems to have been forgotten. But now we're apparently back to assaulting our workers. Now apparently this cretin, whose name is Austin Addison, and is 21. Yep, you heard me right, he's 21. I mean, it almost seems like being an arsehole is bad for your health. So yeah, anyways, apparently he's been charged with a few different things, including harassment, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief. And for all those wondering, assault is covered under mischief. So yeah, it looks like justice has been served in this case. Right, so I don't want to speculate or analyse this person too much, mainly because it will only serve to deepen my hatred of people in general. This Karen gets a 0 out of 10, because assault is not funny. But yeah, anyways, I think that's everything for today. I think these two right here highlight, in a nutshell, what it is to be a Karen, entitled and a loser. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.